Okay, so here we are. I'm going to be editing a cooking video, and that's it there. Let's follow this ourselves. Let's see. Okay, so let's see who we've got to watch this. So this isn't showing up here. That's showing up there. That's good. Why is this not going here? Trying to figure out how this okay, this is the wrong thing here. Okay, so let's see, why is this not? Why is this not showing up here? Let's just close that. And we'll see, first of all, are we getting sound? Hello? Yep, we're getting sound, so that's good. Sound is good. Let's see. There we are. Wonderful. Okay, so now editing a cooking video. Type show link to show to drop link. Type. Okay, let's pin this. Okay, so it's not going anywhere. Live chat, put that there. Okay, so let's see what we're doing here. Can we move that a little bit? Let's just move this slightly. We're stuck on that cable there. That's a good wire. Good angle right there. Okay, let's we'll start once we get the first visitor. How many people do we have? We have 4. We've got 1 like. So that's good. Is anybody home? Is anybody home? Let's see if anybody comes to our live. We do have to finish this at 1:15. Because we want to drop in on Lashona's live and talk a bit about Amazon. Because Amazon is semi-operational. A few minor challenges because of the Amazon Canada versus Amazon USA. But let's start this edit because we do want to get this done before 9:15. Okay, so 9:15. So we'll start up Premiere Pro. And what was it doing there? Who knows what that was all about. Let's do a new project. And the new project, we don't want to improve anything. Go away. The new project is going to be called, today's date, 202-50630, Shrimp Scampi. Okay, Shrimp Scampi, that's good. Let's copy that. Create the project. So we're kind of running out of space on this hard drive. It's a 4 terabyte hard drive, and I think there's only like 200 or 300 gigabytes of space left. Let's create a new sequence, which is really the same as a new timeline. Yep. And we're going to give it the same name. There we go. And that's good. So now we're going to bring in some footage. Took that pill. Okay. And the footage that we've got is we're going to have from today's cooking session. I think it was pretty good. Oh, it looks a little bit on the dark side, so I guess I'll have to brighten it up. It's a shot at 1/25th of a second, f9, ISO 1000. That worked well last time, but I don't know, maybe the lights were a little bit dimmer. The lights were in the same position, as far as I can tell, but it looks a little bit darker. So let's sort this in order. 74, 75. Yes, it's in the right order. I still have to record the intro with the captain's hat, but we'll do that later. Okay, so what have we got? We got 8 minutes, so that's not very much. Again, we're going to keep the existing settings. It was shot in 4K, and we're going to edit in HD, so that gives us a lot of room to crop and move things around. So, and if we wanted a nice extreme close-up, it's going to be pretty easy to get that. Now, but it's only 8 minutes, so I'm a little bit disappointed in that. Now, it was a very simple recipe, and I hope I didn't forget any. Okay, so we're gonna make some noodles. We're gonna do. Hey, Charlene, thank you for coming aboard. We're editing a cooking video. I've just started this in Adobe Premiere, and I'm just looking at the original footage. It's a little bit dark. I think it's because here the lights were aimed at the wrong angle, and then here I moved the lights, so it got a little bit brighter. So we'll have to fix that. Pardon me. Welcome aboard, Charlene. But we're not aboard. We're not on the boat. We're sitting in the basement studio. I'm behind a couple days in getting a recipe posted, and I want to get caught up. And I also got to look at this garlic press because I have figured out how to get onto Amazon. And I believe this one may have come from Amazon, but I don't know for sure. So I got to make sure that it's the same model that somebody sells on Amazon. And okay, so now let's look at this footage and see how much of it we really want. Even though we only have 8 minutes, I don't want it to be super boring by being repetitive. And we're going to start by cooking some noodles. We got some water. Really exciting. Let's make this a little bit smaller because the voiceover, and I'm not going to record the voiceover right now because I have to write the script, But basically, we're talking about getting the water boiling, and we're going to cook 2 cups, actually close to 4 cups of pasta. And it's kind of boring. We don't want people to abandon the show right away. So we have to keep them excited. Now, so we've got 1.5 minutes of cooking pasta. So we'll keep that one. And here, so that one there. So here we put the noodles into the thing. We'll keep that. This is more of the same, blah, blah, blah. So here, do we open the lid? Yeah, we open the lid. We look at it. Where do I test to see how done it is? I remember testing it to see how done it is. No. What happened to my testing to see how done it is? So, okay, so we don't want this clip. Let's get rid of this clip. We don't need it. It's just more of the same. Revealing the project. It's clip number 75. Let's delete him. Yes, you're gone. And let's delete him from the hard drive as well. We're not going to delete him. We're just going to rename him in case we want to bring it back. But I'm pretty sure we don't. So let's put a Z in front of the name. And there he is. So that's gone. Now, let's go back to, okay, so now, okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make this roughly the same color, quality of light as the other one. So let's go over here to lumetri, color correcting, and increased exposure. Quite a bit. Oh, that's a lot. That's 2 stops. Okay, let's bring it up here. Does that look good? I think it looks good. Now let's bring it up even more. So that light, because it was only the light was aimed in a different angle between this clip and this clip, yet it's significantly different. Okay, where am I testing this noodle? Somewhere I pick one up with a fork to try it. Where is that? I don't see that. Is it in here? No, I don't see it in here. Where are we? I got to stop sighing. Let's move this down a bit so we can see what we're doing here. And move it over. And this is the benefit of shooting in 4K. I can move stuff around without spending a lot of time worrying about getting it right in the first place. Okay, so there I'm taking it out of the bowl. I don't know where it happened to. Testing to see if it's done. I don't think it was done at this point. Still a little bit not cooked. Where am I bringing in the fork to? No. Okay, so we're going to cut on the action because we don't want to be staring at a pot of noodles just sitting there by themselves. Now, another thing that I changed the microphone on the camera. So now still we're losing the first 8 frames of sound. So let's take that off. I thought if I change the microphone, instead of the built-in microphone, it's using a little Rode MKE camera top microphone. And but that didn't make any difference from that perspective. So let's see who. Okay, so here. Yeah, so we're going to leave this here. How much of this do we need? We're going to pick up the cup. Let's get rid of everything before that. And then we're going to leave that, put the noodles in. Okay, we don't need that. You put the lid. Okay, end of the action. Cut off the rest. You're gone. And we're going to go in here. Stir. What are we doing here? This is just watching it boil. Oh, there's where we're testing it. Okay, so there we're testing the doneness. Let's move it down so I can see it. It's a bit premature because it's, although I think in real life this was about 5 minutes into cooking. These noodles are 8-minute noodles. So it's about 5 minutes into cooking it, and I tested it. Okay, let's take that off so we're cut on the action. And now it's pretty well done. Okay, we don't want that. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so we're getting shorter, right? So this thing's down to 8 minutes and 23 seconds. Okay. And now we're going to make the same settings there. This is 1207, 660. 1207, 660. So now it should flow smoothly from one to the other unless I jiggle the pot. No. Okay, there. We want it to be a little bit down. Okay, are we seeing anything we don't want to see? Stuff on the floor? Nope, that's pretty good. Okay, so now here we're going to okay, we tested the thing, and we're going to stir that. Again, we don't really want to watch the pot doing nothing. And we're up to 30 seconds. See, what statistics tell you is that most people abandon watching a video within 30 seconds. And I keep trying to say, well, what can entice people to stick around longer? Because the longer they stick around, then they might decide that they like it. Okay, let's get rid of 8 frames here. Bring that in. Get rid of that. Okay. And we're going to take it out. Now here, we're going to come down. Yeah, so that's a bit on the dark side. So we're going to put an adjustment layer on here. That's going to make the whole thing a nice color. Okay, that's it. So that's where we finish the action. Let's cut that there. Let's save this, save early, save often. Okay, so we did the noodles first because it's a pasta dish, even though it's about shrimp. And there is no preparation for the shrimp. These are frozen shrimp, and the only preparation was dump them in a bowl and let them thaw out. And that's not exciting at all. Okay, where's my dumping in a bowl? So there's my putting that, and then the shrimp here are in a bowl. So I forgot what bowl they were in fact. So we can't really do much about the shrimp ingredient at the beginning. So we're stuck with the noodles. That's a nice color. It should be brighter, but we'll deal with that separately. Okay, so now we're going to cut up some garlic. And how long is this garlic segment? It is 41 seconds. So we don't want 41 seconds of cutting up garlic. That's good to see that my hands are clean. Sometimes, you do something and I need more scrubbing. That's good. Okay, so we got 2 pieces of garlic. And this third little piece is kind of a sad piece anyway. So I'm going to cut that there and then pick it up about here. Okay, so I've taken 2 cloves of garlic out. Hey, Hoax, thank you for dropping by. We're not on the boat. We're editing a cooking video in Adobe Premiere, and so I'm a bit behind in getting cooking uploaded. And this is a simple recipe. I'm a bit concerned that it's a bit too simple. I've only got 8 minutes of footage, and I wanted it to be a bit longer than that. So okay, so we're doing that. Now we're cutting up the Okay, that's nice. Okay, basically, what are we doing here? We're just cleaning off the edges of we're breaking it up. We're cutting off the ends. Okay, that's good enough. So we don't really need to spend. I appreciate that, Hoax. I do appreciate the audience. So it's Monday, the day before Canada Day up here, so it's been kind of a slow day. And I was planning to go to the boat, and it started raining, so I've given up on that. And thanks for the like. I decided I would get caught up on cooking. I was actually wanted to do 2 dishes, and then this took longer getting a few things organized than I had planned. So we basically just have. Okay, so here, let's cut off the beginning of that because really nothing's happening. Cut off the edges of the thing. Now we're going to cut that up. That's nice. Bring that closer together. And so we're cutting pieces, and I'm cutting it in big enough pieces so that it fits in this garlic press. Okay, in you go, in you go. And that's where I want to stop because I tried to overfill the stupid thing. And wasn't really happy with the result. Okay, let's cut that there. Wonderful. Okay, so now what are we doing? We're going to cut up an onion. Actually, we're going to cut up a shallot. Let's see. Now, again, normally I wouldn't waste time cleaning up the ends of the silly shallot. Okay, let's cut it right there. And then here, okay, so now we've got the shallot sitting there. And we're going to cut it in pieces. Take out the empty spaces. Oops. We don't need that few seconds of nothingness. Okay, we're going to cut that. I'm going to speed that up because this always takes too long. And it looks okay. Speed it up over 150%. Cut, 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 cut. Okay, stop there. We're going to put it in its little bowl. There's the little bowl. We want to be able to see the bowl. Again, the beauty of hey, Caesar Mocha, thank you for stopping by my online video, thinking out loud, talking to myself, and appreciate you coming by. I really do. Okay, so let's move this up. That's as far as we can. So that's the end of the 4K frame, but it looks good the way it is. Okay, now we're going to make this faster, right? So we're going to just change the speed to 160%. At that rate, the sound is still good. It doesn't look too artificial, but it gets done in the same time. So how much are we down? We're down to 6 minutes and 58 seconds of video. Okay, so now we've got a pan, and we're going to cut that out. So we finished cutting up our ingredients. Let's make this smaller. Move it over here, move it down so we can see the oil. So this is olive oil, we're going to say. We're going to put that in the pan. And we're going to put in some butter. So it depends how much time I need in here to talk about using butter, because I read somewhere that shrimp scampi is really shrimp fried in garlic and butter. And Amazon is after me. Okay, so for now we'll leave this where it is. And okay, the butter is frying, the onions are frying. The garlic is frying. Getting the angle of this silly thing in front of the camera so you can see. Okay, we see the garlic. That's nice. That's nice. So let's bring this over here, and we're going to stir it. And there's the end of the stirring. So that's good. So now we're up to 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And we have onions and garlic frying. Okay, so they're going to be frying for a few seconds. And now we want to move this over. And we're going to dump the shrimp in. Let's move it over even more so that we've got a bit more. Yeah, we see the bowl of shrimp. That's good. We're dumping that in. We're mixing them around. And we're going to let the shrimp fry for about 3 minutes, enough to start turning pink. So there they're frying. And these shrimp have been in the freezer a little bit too long. So there's a little bit of freezer burn, but it doesn't show up in the... Okay, so we're going to put this in the same angle here. This one is 1268 by 540. 1268, 1268. So I'm just repositioning it in the frame. Oh, that's not quite right. Okay, so I moved it. 1268. 1268. Okay, so it's... Okay, so the pan ends here, from here to full. So let's put this here, move that over enough so the pan is in the same place. Close enough. That's nice. I like that. Okay, so now the shrimp are cooking and turning nice and pink. Okay, we're going to close the lid. That's it. That's all we want of that. Let's go in here and take out 8 frames. If you listen closely, you can hear it go. There's a dead spot for a quarter of a second, 8 frames, 32 frames, 30 frames a second. So 8 frames is a quarter of a second. Okay, let's go here. That's that. So now we've got that cooking. And now what are we going to do? We're going to do lemon zest. Okay, let's move that to the same place. 1330 by 540. Put that in the same horizontal position. 1330. Does that look good? Let's take out 8 frames. Blah, there you are. You're gone. Okay, so that's probably good. It should be over just a tiny hair. Another tiny hair. So I'm seeing here is where you see the movement. Perfect, lined up nicely. Okay, but now we want to make this a lot smaller because we want to see. Shoot, that's not good, right? Because we want to see the zesting of the lemon. There we are. I guess I should go buy a lemon zester because it does look better. How many seconds is this? 15 seconds. Yeah, it's long enough to talk about the zesting of the lemon. And then we're going to squeeze some lemon juice. Okay, let's take these same positions. 1092, 613. 1092, 613. 59% zoom, 59. Okay, so now we're going to bring that here, did that, and now let's take out 8 frames. 8 frames. Let's move it, make it bigger so that we can move the mouse better. Okay, so let's go up. Six or 9. Is that smooth now? Close enough. Okay, gives us some action. Okay, so now what are we doing? Now we are taking a measuring spoon. Hey, Simply Melda, thank you for coming by my online video editing and talkathon. Hey, Kelman, haven't seen you here before. I appreciate the company while I'm editing my video of frying shrimp scampi. So here we've just done some lemon zest. Said I one day got to buy a proper lemon zester, and now we're going to. We don't need all that. Picking up the measuring spoon, and we're going to squeeze some lemon juice in there. That's good. This lemon wasn't very juicy. Thanks for the like. I appreciate that. Thanks. I appreciate the company. Appreciate the time. It's 8:45. Yeah, so we're going to try to finish this by 9:15 because I do want to visit another live. Okay, so did we ever actually get any lemon juice in there? We did, but I don't know if the footage is very good. Okay, so here, let's just. What if I get rid of the measuring spoon altogether and just do this? Let's try that. If we just take that out and ignore the spoon, we can say that we didn't get a third of a cup anyway. So we're squeezing in half a lemon. That's nice. Okay, that's good. And then because we're putting the lemon into the butter, the sauce is getting thickening. Thanks, there, Cal. So that's there. That's there. Okay, so where's the end of the action? Here's the end of the action. Hands away. Good. Stop that. Get rid of the leftovers. Let's go in here again. Take off 8 frames and bring that all together. So this is getting pretty short, right? 6 minutes. Okay, so 6 minutes I can live with. With an intro and extra, I think we're going to be okay. Hopefully, don't lose too much. Okay, so here. Do I care about making it fit the same thing? No, I don't mind that at all. Okay, let's put in the noodles. Now I cheated. I didn't put in all the noodles because I wanted to make enough for the next recipe, and I didn't end up getting that far today. So that's tomorrow's cooking. I don't know what it's going to be. Something with beef, I think. Okay, so here we're mixing it up nicely. That's good. Every time I do that, I lose a few seconds of program time. Okay, what am I doing here? Some salt and pepper. Let's make it smaller. Okay, so that's sort of centered. Let's move it over a bit. And you need it small enough so that I can see my salt and my pepper. That's good. Very scientific. How much salt and pepper? We're going to mix it around a bit. Again, stop on the action. And then what are we doing? That's basically it, right? Oh, and then we're going to put some Parmesan. Okay. So let's see. What settings is this? This is 73%, 164. 73. Okay, I forgot what that said. 1164. 1164. $5.40. So it's $5.40 is half of $19.20. So that it's halfway down. That's good. Okay, let's go down just a hair. Too big a hair. How about 550? And let's go 2 hairs that way. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so now I'm going to put in a third of a cup of Parmesan, but I think I need to come way down here so I can see my Parmesan. There's my Parmesan. Thanks, Imelda. Thanks. I appreciate that. I want to make it taste good, and I want to make it easy to make because, again, the focus is a little bit about cooking in a boat where you don't have a lot of utensils and a lot of ingredients. But I want to make it an attractive video as well. And I look at some people's cooking videos, and I see such beautiful colors and some beautiful action. Okay, there we are. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take the one clip and just make this part bigger. So we zoom in a little bit on the, that's it. Yeah, so we see the Parmesan cheese being mixed into the pasta and the shrimp. And here we are. And now we're finished cooking. So that's why it's just so short. It's a very simple recipe. Some people put wine in. I didn't want to deal with wine because it would have added another 15 seconds. But, okay, so we're going to serve it out. And here, there we go. Let's move it over a little bit. So there we go. And I don't know if I like the green plates. I've used a lot of blue plates, and then I bought these green turquoise plates. And I'm not 100% sure I like the color as much as I might. Okay, let's cut that off there. Okay, and we'll bring it up just a little bit so we see more of what's going on the plate. That's good. And now we're going to garnish it. There are we. We're zoomed in a little bit. Let's find a good angle. There we are. Okay, so we're garnishing it with some parsley. And what do I want to do? I think I want to make it small. Okay, so I zoomed the camera here, so let's go down. Let's go way down. No, that's too far because then it's kind of boring. All we see is a plate on a gray tabletop. And we're going to come in here, garnish it. I love the color of green. Stop there, get rid of that. It's just finished. And now we're going to cut that out. And we're going to try a taste a piece. That's nice. And taste the shrimp. Okay, so let's cut that there. Now, I think I did it twice. And the second time I tasted it, I did it with the noodle. Nah, I didn't like that. So let's leave this the first piece. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Okay, so now we're down to 5 minutes and 8 seconds. So it's a little bit short. Now, I like taking my finished product and putting it at the beginning. So let's make a copy of this clip, Control C, Control V, and let's bring it to the beginning of the timeline. It's going by faster than the speed of light. Let's put it at the beginning. Okay, how long is that? 7 seconds, that's good. And let's find where it's cooking in the frying pan. Because if I've got the final result and a few minutes of the frying pan, now again, the frying pan is a little bit on the boring side. Let's put, so this is nice because here we've got the shrimp and we're mixing in the noodles. Let's make a copy of that. Yeah, we'll paste it at the end. That's the easiest. And bring that to the beginning. So now the introduction is that. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually put the cooking first because I think it's a nice enough clip. I'll make it a little bit bigger so it takes up the full bigger part of the screen. And how many seconds do we want it to be? It's 12 now, so let's make it 10 seconds. And then this guy, can we make him 10 seconds? Okay, so let's see, make it longer. Hey, Kelman. Okay, so now we picked it up and it's gone. And okay, so I want to stop before that fork is coming back down. So how many seconds is that? 8 seconds, 8 minutes and 20. So if I do this, okay, so that's not so bad. So let's bring that down here. So we don't need the audio track at the beginning because we're going to have some music. And we're going to move that over. And there we are. So now we have 5 minutes and 27 seconds of video. And then we need the captain introducing this and then make a comment about the fewest ingredients so that as we might have on a boat, so we don't have a lot of choices. And then in the end, the captain will say that was nice and tasty. And that'll add another 15 seconds, so that'll bring it over 6 minutes. 6 minutes isn't bad. Now, I said I was going to, let's bring the titles in. So we're going to steal the titles from another video and just change the text. And we're going to find another project that we worked on. And let's go to the salmon, which was last week's major recipe. And what did we want here? We wanted a couple things. So we want this, which is my subscribe button and my subscribe words. And we want one pan. I guess this is one pan. And we want the title. So those are my titles. Let's bring that in. I think that's all I needed from here. Let's copy that. Close the other project. And let's paste this here. Why not? And so now it's put this in at 1 minute and 26 seconds. Yeah, it's kind of boring. So if it says subscribe there, it may get people to click on the subscribe. And let's go in here and one pan cooking. We'll leave that. It is really one pan cooking. And here we'll bring this in here, but it's not salmon and veggies. It is shrimp scampi pasta. Looks good to me. Let's see, did I make this bigger because I wanted to? No, it's slightly smaller. I want to move it over just a hair so it's not running off the edge of the screen. That's good. So now what we need to do is we're going to give this some room here by moving it up one track. And we're going to put in an adjustment layer that's going to fix the brightness, right? So here we've got to be on the bin and new adjustment layer. Okay. I don't know why they bother giving you all those options because they don't mean anything. And what we're going to do is stretch this out over the whole video. And when we get the captain talking, we don't want it on top of the captain because the lighting for him is slightly different. And what we're going to do is the white balance is good because I did a bunch of testing with the camera to set the white balance properly to where we want it to be. But we want a little bit more exposure. Let's go up by 1. So that looks nice. Okay, that's a little bit blown out now, right? Because the white is a bit too white. So let's take the highlights down just a bit. And we'll make the blacks blacker. I like that it pops a little bit if you do that. And I'm going to increase saturation. So this is really what makes some people's recipes look wonderful. So the green is popping there. That's good. Sometimes the green is such a sad color. Hey, Suzanne, thank you for coming by my online video editing session. Basically, me talking to myself and anybody that's willing to listen. So how I'm doing this recipe of shrimp scampi and pasta. And now the only thing here I don't like is, see, this was dark. So we've got to get that yellow to be a little bit brighter. So what we're going to do, we're going to fiddle with this guy's own setting. Here he's got his own color settings, or I've increased the brightness. And we're going to do this HSL, hue, saturation, and luminance secondary. And what we want to do is just improve the color of the yellows. So let's select the yellows. That's not bad. Let's go this way just a little bit. Does that bring us more? No. Oops, so it's not moving. Okay, that was picking up the red of the spatula. And what we want to do is make it brighter. So that looks better now. A little bit orange still, but it's not bad. I like it. And let's look at some of these other clips. As I said, the beginning, the lighting was wrong. It's still wrong here. Look at this cutting board. Look at what color it is compared to here. Maybe they're all okay. And this gray table should be a little bit brighter. So let's go back to this guy's settings. Where are you? Basic corrections. Do we want to bring the shadows up a little bit more? I don't know what these numbers mean. What's 27? Is it 27%? Okay. So it's not washed out. Let's just go back here where we're putting the Parmesan cheese on there. Okay, we can still see the color of the cheese. So that's good. So now that gives us still 5 minutes and 22 seconds. So I was going to work on this until 9:15. So we've got 10 minutes. So what am I going to do in 10 minutes as far as adding to the edit here? So one thing we can do is figure out Yeah. So one thing we can do is figure out, we'll remove some of the noise here. So here we're seeing a little bit of low frequency noise. That's nice. We're picking up the work, and where are we picking up our sizzle? Not getting as much sizzle as I'd hoped in here. There's a bit of sizzle, so that's good. But I think what we'll do is we'll take out some of the low frequency noise in here. And there's a bunch of ways to do that, but I'm just going to go into their audio mixer, track mixer. And for this track, which is track number one, put in a high pass filter to take out everything below 100 hertz. Why do I say that? Because from experience, that is what works. You can also play with the bass and the treble, but really all we want to do is just get rid of the low frequencies, put in the high pass. It puts in something like 1400 hertz. Let's go 100 and see where is that. We're listening to it here. A lot quieter. Okay, so the fan in the room wasn't on. The fan came on here. Okay, so that's good. Now, we have to record the voiceover, so we'll do that later. We'll close this because we don't want that there. And let's go back to here. So there we are. That gives us a good edit. And what am I going to do? I can't really work on the script online because I need more room on the screen for that. But what I'm going to do is look for some music. So all of these things I've been doing with my own music, which is music played on a Yamaha keyboard, and oh shoot, it's not where I'm looking in the wrong place. It's basically a bunch of chords. And hey, Suzanne, yeah, we'll see you around on your live next. Okay, and what I'm going to look for is a couple pieces in here that I know that I like the sound of. Now, these are this. I'll put this one on the timer and play this for a few seconds. So this one, oops, we don't want it up there because that's got the. Do I like this? Does this have an? That's a good outro. So let's use this one. I like this one. Let's bring it in here. Oops, let's just clean it up. We'll clean it up once we get it. Okay, it has to be on the next track because this track is my voiceover track. And let's go in here. And there's a bit of empty space at the beginning that we don't want. And then it starts here. That's good. I like that. At the very end, I think there's some empty space too here. This is all recorded on a Tascam audio recorder, which probably we should put up on the Um, on the Amazon sites, I believe this thing is about 3 or 4 years old. I bought it to do a podcast for a guy and didn't get used a lot. And now I'm using it for basically recording music here. So what we've got here is an audio clip that is too short, but Adobe Premiere has this nice little remix option in here. And what it does, it will stretch an audio clip. And we're going to find our remixing tool. Where's the remixing tool? There you are. And use that to stretch it out to the end. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so it's not perfect because it has to calculate how long it wants the clip to be. It has to be based on the number of measures, beats per measure, beats per second. So there's a lot of music AI involved in there. But one of the things that it'll do is we can fiddle with some of these parameters. Really, it's how many times does it cut it, and does it take it from the beginning or end. So let's make more variations and see if that lets us pull it to where we want it to be. If we make more segments, does that let us find that better? No? Okay, let's go to fewer segments. See if that lets us make it the right size. Let's have fewer variations. Made it smaller. If we have more variations, that wasn't happy there. Okay, so let's leave it where it is because I want the sound to be there. And what we'll do, we got how many seconds? We need from 5:27:24 to 5:32. That's 5 seconds. Let's take out 5 seconds at the beginning and see if that sounds good. Let's take out a whole bunch and see if that. See, before Adobe invented the remix function, then you spend forever cutting and pasting bits and pieces of audio until you got what you wanted. Okay, so it's not bad. If it had another measure, it might be better. Okay, so that's a nice intro. And what we'll do here to make this longer is we'll just make this clip a little bit longer. Okay, we had the same issue before of what do we do with its yeah, perfect. You know what we haven't done? That is another 10 seconds, and that is the ingredients list. So let's, while we've got time, is steal a prototype. Hey, Positive Pokes, thank you for dropping by my online cooking video editing session. We are going to be wrapping up in about 5 minutes. And what I've just done is edited today's recipe of shrimp scampi. You know what? I'm going to change, well, I'm thinking about it here. I'm going to change the font on this just a hair. And what I want to change is the size of the border, because the yellow of the text and the yellow of the food is sort of the same. So now it's got 5 pixels. Let's make it 9 pixels. Does that look any good? Or does that look overdone? That looks overdone. We don't want 9 pixels. Let's go with 7 pixels. So it was 5 before, 7 is 50% increase. That looks a little bit better. That looks a little bit better. So what I'm going to do, I, I want to put the ingredients at the end, partly to make people stick around to the end. Um, and I know when I'm watching other people's cooking videos, I like seeing what the ingredients are all in one place. Now, I put them in the description anyway, but we're going to go back to this salmon project. And at the end, we've got the ingredients for its ingredients. So we're going to steal this. We're going to have this bit of water here, and this happens to be a seagull. Where's my seagull? Pixabay seagulls. Yes, so that's seagull audio borrowed from Pixabay. Copy that. Close this. And close this project. Come back to this one. Paste that in here. And now we are going to let's straighten all this out to be the same. Oh. Bring it in here. And now, so we got, again, back to the boating theme. But the ingredients aren't zucchini. I'm going to do this on the fly instead of doing it on a notepad. It will, there's no spell checkers. I'm going to have to do this again, but let's change this to be 1 pound peeled, cleaned shrimp. And then we've got only two cloves garlic. We've got one large shallot, onions, all the same thing. And then we are going to, after that, so then we got, put salt at the end. Salt, pepper. We've got grated Parmesan cheese. And we've got, we've got 2 cups of okay, let's get rid of these lines. Two cups pasta. And okay, so that's my recipe. So it's really not a lot of stuff. So that goes to the end there. And now I'm going to come back to this guy, come back to this remix tool, and drag him out here because I don't want it to be completely covering the seagulls. Perfect, right? That's perfect. So I'm going to save this, and I'm going to say thank you for coming by. I'm going to close that. I'm going to just get a screenshot of the chat. going to save that. Where are we saving it? We're saving it under in here. And then we're going to also grab the whole chat and save that so we can follow up on it. In here. And now we're going to paste that in there. And we're going to end the stream. Thank you guys for coming by. Am I sure? Yes. And I'm going